Hey there everybody, I'm Ken Jack, and today we're going to talk about Nobody. Not actually Nobody, but like the movie Nobody. Before we start, I'll just let you know that this is going to be what I'm going to call a semi-spoiler review, in that I'm going to get a little bit more in-depth than maybe a traditional non-spoiler review would be, but I'm going to talk in mostly broad terms still. And with that, let's get started. This movie kicks ass like nobody's business, pun intended. The genre-fluid, semi-parody of action movies that also works well as an action movie on its own. Bob Odenkirk delivers a killer performance, once again, pun intended, and Christopher Lloyd steals the show in the most ridiculous way. It's quick, it's to the point, and it satisfies that sort of action movie bloodlust that we all have, while also giving a funny twist. On the acting side of things, I really liked how Bob Odenkirk was able to sort of parody the characters like John Wick and the accountant, while also making his character unique in his own way that was able to hold the audience's interest. While you're watching the movie, you understand what he's kind of parodying, but at the same time, you're like, I kind of want to see how much his story plays out. Like I mentioned before, Christopher Lloyd is also a scene stealer in this movie, and he's really just, his character is so absurd, and he plays into it perfectly. The only acting performance I kind of had an issue with was the character of Yulian, who's the main antagonist in the movie, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, I'm just going to put it right here. He's really good in the moments when he's interacting with other people in the Russian mob and, in Russian dialogue and going over the top. Those are all great, but in the moments where they try to make him have sort of a witty banter in English with other people, I don't think it really works. It seemed like a little bit of a struggle, and I really liked the actual lines he was saying, but just not the way they were delivered. On the technical side of things, I love the way this movie was shot. There's plenty of bone-snapping, face-crushing action that looks realistic, all things considered. And you might be thinking the same thing I kind of thought when I first saw the trailer for this, which is, Bob Odenkirk doesn't scream to me action star. So it's a little bit absurd for us to imagine him as an action star, but I think that kind of plays, because they show him really getting the shit beat out of him, especially in the first act. And I think the camera work and the fight choreography just plays to him perfectly, so it's never the point where you're like, I don't think Bob Odenkirk could ever do that. Like, almost like you're watching, Steven Seagal do judo on people. The gunplay is also ridiculous in a great way, and it really plays out well, especially towards the third act when things start to really kick into gear. Still, on the technical side, I didn't totally love the balance of music in this movie. It seemed like there would be a half hour without music and then just 20 minutes of scattershot music, going from music section, no music really quick, music again, no music really quick, music again. It's just a little bit jarring, even though you get what they're trying to do with it. It's purposeful, but still. I think one part of the movie that I take away points on is sort of the genre fluidity of it, because it helps in some points, but it also hurts in others. The semi-parody, semi-action vibe I just don't think meshed perfectly, and by the end of the movie I just had wished that they just leaned 100% in one direction. Otherwise, it is a very fun action movie that is well paced and well acted, and most importantly, it's entertaining. I'm officially scoring Nobody an 85 out of 100. If you want to find other action movies or other parody movies, make sure you head to movierankings.net, the only place to find what to watch and where to watch it. Until next time, make sure to like and subscribe and all of that fun stuff, and make sure you listen to the podcast. I'm Ken Jack. See you next time.